Hey guys, I'm Mike Gamer back here for another video, guys. Before I start this video real fast, I want to say I am running a double Xbox One and PS4 giveaway. Now the steps to enter is subscribe to the channel and comment on the giveaway video. Do not comment on this video with your PSN and GT. Comment on the giveaway video. Link down below in the description, card right hand corner, and end screen will also have the video. So again, do not comment on this video, comment on the giveaway video. Let's get right into the video. Hey guys, I'm Mike Gamer back here for another video. Welcome back to an episode of my daily sniping series. Let's get started, guys. Today, comment coming in today from Cool Kids Gaming. Make sure you comment down below and tell me what I should talk about next video. If I choose your comment, I will shout you out. But Cool Kids Gaming said top 5 players that were downgraded the most in Madden 18. So pretty much these players that had, poor, if not the best years last year. Pretty much, maybe they were in a situation where the quarterback went down. Maybe a situation because they had injuries. Maybe it's because, just it wasn't working for them. Now, to keep this fair, EA Sports needs to downgrade these certain cards because of the fact they just didn't have a good year. I'm not saying they shouldn't still get elite cards because all of these players I'm about to list are all still at elite level in this game, and they deserve at least base elites because they all are really, really good players. So, with that in mind, top 5 players that didn't have a good year last year that probably will get a downgrade in Madden 18. Number 1 is going to be DeAndre Hopkins. And probably a lot of people knew that one was coming. DeAndre, I feel bad for him. Because to say that he should get a downgraded card is completely wrong. He is one of the best receivers in the NFL, if not the best receiver. Because he is a monster altogether. The man can make better one-handed catches than anyone I've ever seen, except for Odell Beckham. The guy is just a monster to deal with. He can run his routes better than anybody. He can get open, and he's just impossible to cover. Last year, he dealt with the one thing that Larry Fitzgerald has been dealing with his whole career: quarterbacks. And obviously, they started the year off with giving Brock Osweiler all that money, bringing him in, and there was no correlation, no connection between Brock Osweiler and Mr. DeAndre Hopkins. With that in mind, it got even worse. Now, not worse, but got a little bit better when Tom Savage did take the realms. He did take leadership at quarterback, and that made it a little bit better, but definitely still nothing too special. Now, to start off this year, DeAndre will be working with Tom Savage again to start the year, and kind of get that correlation they got last year. Now, of course, if that does not go right, which I'm assuming it probably most likely will not, they will actually bring in Deshaun Watson, their first pick in the first round, to kind of take over, and that should help out DeAndre a lot. Now again, that is a rookie coming in. We saw how it worked with Dak Prescott and Dez Bryant, so with that in mind, it could definitely help out a lot bringing a rookie into the game, but at the same time, it could hurt a lot. So, with that in mind, let's go to our second guy. And this second guy, same thing as DeAndre. It's his quarterback, but I'm not going to let this guy off with a pass as I do with DeAndre. It's Allen Robinson. Now, Robinson, personally, Blake Bortles is a mess, okay? Blake Bortles is completely a trash can, and that is a huge reason why he didn't have a great season last year. But don't, you can't put it past that a lot of times last year, the passes being incompleted or, just not going the correct way. It was Robinson on a couple, of the plays. Him not running the right routes, him not catching the ball, him not, playing smart. That was all on him. So you can't 100% pin the blame on Blake Bortles, although yes, the man did throw back-to-back interceptions off someone's foot. To keep in mind, they had no solid running game, so with that, Blake is having to do a lot, and not being in the league a long time is definitely hurting him. Now, of course, they do have Leonard Fournette, so that should help out this year with Allen Robinson, but again, last year, Allen Robinson is not 100% out of the blame, though, because he did definitely, had some issues himself. So, next guy we have here is actually going to be another guy who got hurt, and that's going to be Rob Gronkowski. Now, again, I obviously 100% know Rob Gronkowski is going to have a, one of the highest base elite cards because of the fact he is Rob Gronkowski. But with that in mind, if they do play it realistic, how I hope they do, Rob Gronkowski did miss pretty much the whole season last year. He had injuries all year long, although yes, he did play like 4 or 5 games, I believe. He definitely did suffer from injuries the whole entire year. His stats did not look amazing. They definitely hurt a lot of people in fantasy, and they hurt a lot of people in real life watching him. Now, of course, that did not matter at all. The Patriots, still without him, went to the playoffs, won the Super Bowl. So it didn't really matter that they didn't have Rob Gronkowski. But with that in mind, that definitely, did hinder his performance. And if these cards for Madden 18 are going off of going off the 2016-2017 season, they definitely should have Rob Gronkowski at a little bit lower of an overall compared to Travis Kelce, Greg Olsen, and Tyler Eifert, who they had really good seasons. So with that in mind, Rob Gronkowski comes in as my next guy. My last 2 guys are actually going to be Adrian Peterson, which again, the same concept applies to the fact that he did have injury concerns. He got hurt, I believe, week 3? I believe it was week 3. I know he got hurt early in the season. He was out for the whole entire season, needed a whole entire surgery on his legs. So with that in mind, he is back. He is no longer a Minnesota Viking, now a New Orleans Saint. So it should be interesting to see what he does there. But with that in mind, he is coming off of an injury. He is coming, to a new location, a new offense, and this is not going to be Minnesota. And when I say that, what I mean is Minnesota is a run-first offense that, if they need a pass, they will pass. And throughout the years, we have seen Minnesota literally run the ball through Adrian Peterson. They ran their offense through the man. Like, you would have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th down, Adrian Peterson gets the ball. And the biggest problem with Adrian Peterson is his pass blocking ability and his catching ability. And also, of course, his fumbling ability. But to digress from that, he is going to be put into a 100% pass-first offense. New Orleans is not known for the run. Mark Ingram, and I believe they had Hightower last year, and I forget the third guy they had. I forget what the third guy they had, but they had those 2 guys, and they did not run the ball much. They don't run the ball. Drew Brees has 5,000-yard seasons for a reason. He throws the ball the most in the NFL for a reason. He doesn't, hand the ball off 30 times a game. He's going to throw the ball 30 times for every time he would run the ball. So with that in mind, Adrian Peterson definitely should see himself with a downgrade on overall for next season because of the fact that, one thing, not only did he have a poor last season because of the injuries, I don't think he's going to have that great of a season being put in a pass-first offense that, personally, he's not known as a catching back. He's known for a between the tackles, up the middle, hard runner. So, with that in mind, I don't think he should have he should have too many good cards next season. But let alone, because last season of his injuries, he's definitely going to have an issue. Now, my last guy I want to talk about in this video is actually going to be Jeremy Maclin. Now, Jeremy Maclin, last season, just like Adrian Peterson and Rob Gronkowski, he missed most of the season due to injury concerns. Now, with injuries concerns, it did, kind of involve, a little help. So it helped out Tyreek Hill explode to #1 on the depth chart. Because it helped him explode to #1 on the depth chart, and he had injury concerns, and the Kansas City Chiefs wanted to kind of gear toward more of the Tyreek Hill type of stuff, it did result in the Kansas City Chiefs cutting him from their roster, terminating his contract, and making him a free agent. Now, he did join the Baltimore Ravens in this offseason, so it should be interesting to see how he can actually do in Baltimore. But with that in mind, that is going to hinder his performance very much overall-wise. Last season, of course, he did not have a very good season at all, and injuries, definitely caused that to happen. With that in mind, last season, he shouldn't have a good overall going to this season because of the fact he didn't play much last year. Now, I know injuries is a huge, or kind of like a weird thing. It's kind of a weird, I don't want to say like, it's weird to go off of, because obviously you kind of can't say, okay, well, this guy should be a 0 overall because he was injured last season. But at the same time, you can't make him a 90 overall if he didn't play. So with that in mind, Jeremy Maclin shuts off the year with a low overall. How will he do throughout the season? Well, now in Baltimore, being the number 2 target behind Mike Wallace, which most likely he probably will end up being the main target because Mike Wallace is more of a deep threat receiver. And Bashard Perryman, now with the loss of Dennis Pitta, he should get probably 120 targets this year. So with that in mind, he should do pretty good. He probably will get, you know, decent overall cards throughout the season, kind of like Mike Wallace did this year. So he should have a good season, but definitely something to keep in mind, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below what I should talk about next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.